Arman Sarakin just unveiled his latest acquisition in a flashy social media post. The fighter proudly displayed his brand new Rolls-Royce and even demonstrated its off-road capabilities in the showcase video. A brief exchange captured the moment when someone asked about restroom facilities. The response was simple and direct, pointing them in the right direction.
When you make it to the UFC, now you're in the big leagues. There's your smaller promotions. The UFC is the NBA. It's the NFL. Now you're in the big leagues. So when you make it to the big leagues, you should be fighting for 10 and 10, $10,000 or $8,000 or something like that. You know, now it really kind of hits home with what he was saying. Because if you look at the NBA, when you make it to the league, oh, I made it to the league. Now I can change my family's life. I can change the trajectory of all these certain things. Obviously, yes, as a rookie, you got to work through, you know, your rookie contract or whatnot. But yes, it is absurd that you can be it is absurd that you can be a contender or even champion like John Jones, multiple times, the greatest of all time, and still the greatest of all time, and still potentially complain about not getting a fair share. Because, you know, there's guys in the NBA that you've never heard of that made $100 million. You never heard of them.
Okay, I'll tell you why.
Why? Because
a lot of these foreign fighters that have never been paid, that have fought on the street for free, they're happy with the $100,000 bonus. They're happy with just getting famous. You know what I'm saying? For Americans, that we understand the game of how the associations have worked, it's different.
Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo have added their voices to the chorus of fighters expressing dissatisfaction with UFC compensation. Fighter pay has remained a contentious issue for years, but recent months have seen renewed intensity in the debate with prominent names like John Jones, Conor McGregor, and Sean O'Malley questioning how the promotion conducts business. Former UFC champion Ronda Rousey has also publicly criticized the organization for inadequate fighter compensation and harming the sport overall. During their Pound for Pound podcast, Usman and Cejudo outlined exactly what changes they believe are necessary to address the situation.
Sucks for Curtis, right? I think it was just a bad matchup. Really couldn't get nothing going, no striking going. I am happy that Strickland was in his corner, though, so he could get like a sneak peek of what's going to happen to him against Chimaev. That fight was just announced this week. Sucks for Imavov. You got to feel for him. I thought he earned a title shot. I thought that he was going to get the title shot, but I think the trash talk and the stupidity and the era we live in now, where Strickland talks his way into a title shot, and you know it's going to get people to want to talk, people to want to view, especially with Chimaev. You know they're going to go back and forth. The only thing I'm excited for is to see Chimaev smash him and walk through him. I think that's what it's going to be. I think he's going to be able to take him down, control him, and I'm hoping that cut him open a little bit, let him bleed a little bit, and then break him mentally and tap him out. For Mavov, I don't know if he's going to be the backup, if he's going to wait, if he's going to take another fight. But I think after Chimaev wins this one, I think he'll go up to 205. And then I think that'll leave an opening at 185 for a title. So be patient, Mavov.
Bilal Muhammad questions whether Sean Strickland has earned a title opportunity against Khamzat Chimaev. For an extended period, discussions focused on a potential bout between Chimaev and Nasruddin Imavov, with the UFC appearing to move in that direction. But following Strickland's dominant performance against Anthony Hernandez, he landed the championship opportunity he had been demanding. In a recent YouTube appearance, Muhammad expressed his perspective, stating his sympathy for Imavov and his hope that Chimaev would deliver a decisive beating to Strickland at UFC 328.
Do you feel like you're a better fighter in either weight class, or you have a quicker path to the title in either one? How do you look at it?
It's so difficult to tell. It's so difficult to tell. And the reason I only just found out today, and I didn't realize that Strickland got given the middleweight fight for a fight to get the title against Khamzat. Now, for me, that he should never have got that fight. It should be Imavov. who I think most people would say was kind of the obvious one next in line. With that said, based on your question, you kind of don't know. It doesn't seem to be a guarantee, on getting, the next title shot. I would say middleweight looks like, there's maybe a quicker route to the title, but based on what's just happened, I couldn't even say that anymore. But I feel great at welterweight. I feel fast, but it's just about getting fights. If people are not willing to fight me, maybe I need to go back.
Michael Page joins the skeptics who question Sean Strickland's worthiness for a title opportunity. During a recent CBS Sports interview before his upcoming bout with Sam Patterson at UFC London this Saturday, Venom discussed which weight class might offer him the quickest path to championship contention. MVP revealed that while he initially considered middleweight the fastest route, witnessing Strickland receive what he views as an undeserved title shot has made him reconsider that assessment.
Everybody's been asking me the same question. Showtime, are you done? And my answer is always the same. Time passes everybody, but not me. I've already done what most fighters dream of. World titles, knockouts, and moments you can't recreate. But I'm not here for memories. I'm here to make new ones. June 6th, I step back into the MMA cage. And this time, it's in a new arena. Kazakhstan. I'm coming to face one of your local heroes, and I'm not taking it easy on them. I'll be headlining the main event at Order Global Fights at the legendary Almaty Arena. So Adil, get ready, because it's showtime. See you soon.
Anthony Pettis is making his comeback to competition. The former UFC lightweight champion has remained inactive since his bout against Stevie Ray in August 2022 under the PFL organization. But the seasoned mixed martial artist is preparing for his return. Pettis is scheduled to face Adil Boran by him on June 6th in his opponent's native Kazakhstan.
If you faced Volt for the title, how would you fight against him in his style and game plan?
I think right like him, I'll just push him to the wall. To don't let him run from me, to don't let him move.
Yeah.
And then he have to do exchanging with me. Then he will tire or I'll break him. I know that I have bigger power, better wrestling, and I can control this guy 5 rounds or finish.
Moves are Ivloy radiates confidence about his ability to defeat Alexander Volkanovski. During an appearance on Mike Perry's Overdogs podcast, Ivloy shared his forecast for a hypothetical matchup, declaring his belief that he possesses the skills necessary to finish the UFC featherweight champion.
Честно, до того момента, пока он не выложил этот скрин, я даже не знал, что это был он.
I don't remember what he talked about, to be honest.
7 лет назад на спаррингах в Таиланде. Один пацан, как выяснилось, это оказался Мерфи.
We have trained together in the past.
И ему воспользовался моментом, пробил по печени.
It was a long time ago, to be honest, so...
Такая иногда бывает ситуация, когда...
I'm not taking anything away from that.
Я даже рад, что он это выставил, потому что до этих пор я не знал, что это был он. А сейчас я знаю, с кого спрашивать.
Ivloyev also revealed an intriguing detail about his upcoming contest. Speaking with the UFC prior to UFC London, he disclosed that Lerone Murphy once knocked him down with a liver strike during a training camp in Thailand 8 years prior.
Was it worth it? That's quite an interesting question. Because right now, it's pretty dire, to be fair. My jaw is completely wide shut. My nose barely works at the best of times, and the desert air and air conditioning is sort of f***ing with it, so I'm waking up constantly because I can't breathe.
Harry Hardwick is dealing with his jaw being wired shut following a severe injury sustained at UFC Vegas 11-4. On Thursday, Hardwick engaged with fans through social media, explaining that the damage was worthwhile after UFC matchmaker Hunter Campbell guaranteed him another chance with the promotion, even with an 0-2 UFC record.
Hunter, from the UFC, I was in his office not too long ago, and they keep record of all the weights fight night. They don't release them all, but they keep it. And we were talking about the Islam fight when I fought Islam, and he was telling me his weight. I was like, that's
what did he weigh?
192 or something, I think.
The day of the fight?
I think so, yeah.
That's
something, 190, 191, something around there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was 176.
That's great. But it looks like it in the cage.
Like whenever
I know. I
interview
looked
him,
across under those spotlights, and they had veins in his shoulders and shit. I'm like, fuck, this guy's huge.
Benoit Sendini has disclosed that he declined an offer to fight on the UFC White House card. Following 4 consecutive impressive victories since losing to Renato Moicano, the 30-year-old has worked his way back into the division's top 5 rankings. The Frenchman was recently presented with an opportunity to face Michael Chandler on the June 14th event, but chose to reject the offer. Reports indicate his reasoning stems from wanting to compete against a higher-ranked opponent instead. Multiple sources now suggest BSD might meet Paddy Pimblett next. Pimblett is recovering from a defeat to Justin Gaethje at UFC 324, making this potential pairing logical. Aslam Makhachev disputes Dustin Poirier's statements regarding his fighting weight. On a recent Joe Rogan podcast appearance, Poirier alleged that Makhachev weighed approximately 192 pounds on fight night during their encounter, a figure that would indicate a severe weight cut. Makhachev has refuted those allegations, stating he has never exceeded 176 pounds while competing at lightweight. He emphasized on Telegram that he has never weighed more than 80 kilograms in his career. The internet's top 3 memes have been identified, with the third-place selection coming from Undisputed Take. The second-ranked meme originated from Far Cry X1Z's account. The top meme was created and shared by Infamous Skin. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Remember to hit that like button and subscribe to stay updated with your daily MMA content. We'll see you again tomorrow.